So welcome back to my channel. This is GamerDom, and this is a game that Chord sent me, but it's, as he said, it's not about him, it's about that thing there. That is the new French, oh look at it go, the new French premium wheeled tank. The Panhard, whatever it is. It's the tier 8 version of the armoured cars that are coming to the game very soon. You can see, it is like lightning. It's been play tested by lots of community contributors at the moment, so you've probably seen some of the videos, but I thought it was worth putting up this one since Chord was kind enough to record it and send it to me. It's not his game, it's more around having a look at that tank. He's not going to have a brilliant game. He just said in the chat, new French premium, and at the moment the premium himself in question, who's down there at D5, goes affirmative. Yes it is. So I talked about these wheeled vehicles coming to the game, and it's been interesting watching some of the footage from some of the community contributors. You know, some people have been given this tank to play. There's a couple of community contributors who don't have as many subscribers as I do, but they got it and I don't, because I'm not a community contributor. Not that I'm guilty, not that I feel hard done by or anything, of course. No, I don't actually, to be absolutely honest. I'm not sure I'd really want the job. It's there's a lot of work involved in terms of having to do stuff for wargaming, and I'd rather not have to do it. It depends what the terms are, of course. If you want to offer me a community contributorship, then please do. Anyway, by the by. So what was I saying? Yes, so they've been testing it out, and I've seen a few videos on it, and it's a very interesting tank. I've seen some people say it's just not ready to be released. Some people saying it's absolutely hilarious fun, great fun to play with, and it's interesting. I'm kind of torn between it. The interesting thing about it is obviously extremely mobile, very fast tank of armoured car, what do you call it, a tank. It's has this launch control system, so you can basically go from the standing start to virtually flat out very, very easily. You also have to, as I understand it, put down the second set of tracks, or wheels, to allow it to get its full mobility bonus. And when you do, it is very, very mobile. However, the faster it goes, the better it turns. So if you go down to virtually no, in fact, if you stop moving and try and turn on the spot like a tank can, it won't do it. So you're completely screwed. So it also is blind as a bat. Has like 310 base view range, so you know, you're lucky. Even with a really good crew and all the equipment in the world, yeah, you're unlikely to get it up to much beyond 410, 420, something like that. I think I saw D's Games trying to sort it out, and you know, that was about as high as he managed to get it. There goes Chord. So yeah, nobody's quite sure their role they can play. They're also not allowed to carry binos, so it's not an option for you to be a bush camper. You have to take coated optics and play it as an adventurous, aggressive scout. Now for me, I'm crap at that, so that wouldn't suit my playstyle at all. But it is obviously going to be a very tough target to hit, because it's very small, very fast moving, whizzes around all over the place. Where is he? There he is. The gun's not particularly brilliant. I believe it has an auto-loader, which is interesting as well. But what's it going to do in the game? Is it just going to be a complete annoyance, flying around all over the place? Is it just a tank for the, you know, really skilled players out there? There are some very skilled players. And you know, is this just a tank to suit them? Because I would think the average player, myself being amongst them, would really struggle with this tank. Or this vehicle. I'm not even gonna call it a tank. It's so fast, and the sort of specialist movement capability is so difficult to master. I'm kind of a bit of a loss to see how many people are going to really do well in it. Now, I wouldn't mind betting that Wargaming sell this as the final offer on the advent calendar. It's got to be this one or the new Swedish medium tank. that they're talking about introducing, or as part of the medium line that they're bringing in for the Swedes. But my bet is it's going to be this, given the fact they've given it out to all the community contributors to try out. So they clearly think it's ready to go. Now I saw a couple of people say, I can't remember who said it, but someone was saying it really wasn't ready. It doesn't really have a role to play in the game. So he's doing the spinning here, so he's trying to get as fast as he can go. See how much turning circle he's got. He's got all 4 wheels down at the moment. I'm not sure what the controls are to change that, but you can just bring it down to, whoops, whoa, that's interesting. So not the easiest thing to turn, and you can go backwards as fast as you can go forward by the look of it as well, which is fairly standard for most armoured cars. He's trying to get some speed up to get up. Whoa, can he get up there? Good grief. And he's using the launch control here. Oh, he's up. No. I think Wargaming have stopped all these climbing places that they used to be in the game. So anyway, what was I saying about this thing? I'm just not really sure who's going to really want to play it. I think there's some really good players, the likes of the D's Games and the Quickie Babes, and there's the launch control again. Didn't hit that slope right. And those sort of really good players who will love it, absolutely love it, I have no doubt at all, and they'll make it look really simple because they do all the time. But for the rest of us, oh, he did manage to get up, blimey. Is it going to let him? No, the game doesn't really let him get up there. But the rest of us, it's really not. I don't think for the average Joe this is a tank that you're really going to get. Oh, he's got stuck. He's got stuck. I don't think this is a vehicle that you're really going to be able to use that well, because it's a really high skill cap vehicle. It's going to be really tough to use. But it's interesting. I mean, it's definitely coming. And although I did see people saying, oh, maybe it's not ready yet, the fact that it's out there in the hands of the community contributors would tend to suggest Wargaming do think it's ready to go, but with brutally short view range, very, very tough ability to hide in a box, hide in a bush or anything. Gun handling's fairly weak, I believe, although it does have an unusual gun lock system. So if you go in close and you right click on the enemy target, your gun, a bit like a cheat, clicks and stays locked on the enemy target right in the center, and it's much more effective than the standard auto click by all accounts. So it's an interesting thing, and I'm not sure I will be necessarily buying it. It'd be interesting to see what it's like when it does hit the test server for real, because it just looks to me like a tank that is only really there for those with a very, very good skill ability, very high skill, and those that really enjoy their light tank play and are very good at the active scouting. I think for most of the rest of us, we're just going to run around like headless chickens, flying around the place, probably turning it over a few times, and then getting killed by the first decent TD or tank that bothers to actually aim properly at you, because I just can't see that it's going to be something that's doable for the average player. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong, and I'd love to have the opportunity to at least try it, just to see whether I really think that. But I'm old and my coordination's not the best in the world. I think it's going to be really tough to control that thing. You're going to be flying around all over the place. Yeah, I just don't know. But anyway, maybe I'm wrong. I sometimes am, often am, if I'm honest. I'd love to know what people think. Is this tank, is the armoured car something you're prepared, really want to get? If they sell it as the final thing on the Advent offer, will you buy it? I won't. I'll tell you that now. I won't be buying it. Not for the Advent anyway, but and I'd have to be seriously convinced to try it out. I don't want to try it out before I actually used it. before I actually bought it, but I don't think I would buy it. It's not my kind of thing at all. But let me know if you think I'm mad and actually it's going to be the best thing in the world. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. Anyway, that's quite enough of that. Thanks to Chord for sending this one in. Really appreciate it, mate. Very interesting to see it in action. I've seen a few of the videos out there, but not actually come up against it myself yet. But it's interesting. But yeah, I won't be going out to buy it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And in the meantime, enjoy your games, have fun, try not to take it too seriously. And I'll see you again soon. This is Gamer Dom, signing out.